Here's Karen Williams, the Mayor of Redland City. Morning, Councillor Williams. Welcome.
Good morning, Spencer.
Fun weekend, wasn't it, at Redfest?
It was absolutely a wonderful weekend for Redlands and Redfest, and I'm exhausted, but pleasantly exhausted.
Well, everywhere. I was there for a good 13 hours on Saturday at the Town Cry Championships and then the presentation dinner. Everywhere I went there, you were. We were following each other around town. And then Redlands won. You couldn't be at everything, but won the football at Perry Park.
That's right,
Saturday
Redlands
night
United.
as well.
Yeah, it's been a big
weekend.
weekend for Redlands, yes.
Big weekend. All right, let's take a couple of questions. I've got a bunch of stuff I want to talk to you about, but let's go straight to the phone lines, 1300 222 612, and we'll start off with Melody at Point Lookout. Hello, Melody.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Melody.
And lovely to see you at the NAIDOC festivals, etc. recently. But Karen, I'll be brief, probably lots of people wanting to talk to you. Karen, I'd love to get into our local dump. I'd love to go through the trash and treasure and recycle. Would that facility be able to be reviewed by you? Because lots of people on Stradbroke Island are very interested in sustainable living,
Yes.
looking after the environment, and currently we don't have that opportunity to recycle.
Well, Melody, I'll absolutely take that one on notice. I know some of the Chamber of Commerce people have been talking about recycling. You're absolutely right. They've got a huge environmental conscience on North Stradbroke Island.
We love it.
And there's always great opportunities for recycling. So leave that with me, and I'll certainly, through the Chamber, have a chat and see what can be done. Obviously, the size of the dump and, there's always health and safety issues to be considered, but let's see what we can come up with.
Talking of Straddy, Kondamuka Festival, which is like a 3-month festival, isn't it?
That's right.
Wraps up next week.
17th of September with their Kunjil, and it's going to be a great weekend over there as well. So they've been all over Redlands. We've had the 4 Island festivals. They were part of Redfest yesterday as well. On Saturday night they had Shane Howard and their Dig player sang and played with Shane Howard on Solid Rock and the dancers. So it's been, a great festival, and it's great celebrating our traditional owners.
And also still on Straddy, so much going on with Stradbroke Island or Majeraba. The transition to mining has officially begun. The state government announced on Friday of last week the transition starts now. What do they need to do?
Oh, well, if I could be probably blunt, obviously we now need to work together, the state government, local council and the community, to make sure that we can start to try to work to replacing those jobs on North Stradbroke Island. I've been really forthright in saying that $20 million is a great down payment, great deposit, but it's going to take a lot more to do that. And I'm keen to find those opportunities, as I have just recently launched a campaign as well to sink the Tobruk for Straddy, create a dive site over there, so that's another tourism opportunity and great for our marine life as well. So anything we can do to put Straddy on the map and make sure we have people visiting there, finding new ways to create employment. But the strategy is a really good start, and we've been waiting a long time, and it's been on the agenda since about 2011, one form or another. So it's good to see that the government's actually endorsed that. Now we can move forward.
How many jobs will go? There was a report recently, wasn't there? How many jobs will go in the mining stops?
Well, it's about 200, but I think you find that that's already started to decrease. So
what can replace 200 jobs? Can anything? And if it's tourism, whatever it is how do we make sure it doesn't do damage to the island? Because you could put up huge high-rise hotels, but people don't want that really on Australia, I imagine.
No, that's right. And tourism isn't the silver bullet. So we do have to keep our eyes open for other opportunities. And obviously we live in a world that's changing very quickly. And lifestyle will change on the island. There's no doubt that, transport and all those sorts of things will be a big issue because it's being subsidised currently by the mining company. And those issues have been out in the open for a long time and being discussed. So, look, we will work with the government to do our best, but Redlands is a city of islands. We have 6 residential islands, and it is more expensive to service and to live on an island, and we need to make sure that the governments, all levels of government, are aware of that, to make sure that we can not only maintain that precious part of our environment in Moreton Bay, but make sure that people that live there can continue to do so without, great hardship.
We'll come back to the Tobruk, which you just mentioned, in a moment. If you want to talk to Karen Williams, the Mayor of Redland City, 1300 222 612 is the number, 1300 222 612. John in Cleveland, morning.
Good morning, Spencer. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, John.
Just a little positive note here. I live on a corner block in Cleveland, and the main street gets street swept, the side street doesn't. I was sweeping my gutter, and I noticed this pothole developing outside one of our driveways. I was going to ring the council about it. I went on the website, and on a Monday afternoon I put a email request in. I was looking there on the Wednesday, and it was fixed.
Wow, that's great. And look, we do actually pride ourselves on customer service, and we do, have a policy that we try to make sure that we respond to our customers, to our ratepayers very quickly. So that's great news, and I'll certainly pass that on to the team, and I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of a bouquet this morning.
Good. Thank you very much.
Good
Thanks,
on you, John. See, it doesn't have to be the tough questions. You can call up with a bouquet, as Councillor Williams said. 1300 222 612. 1300 222 612. Gail on Macleay Island. Hey, Gail.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Gail. How are you?
Well, it's been a while since we spoke. I think the last time was over the asbestos, and I'm pleased to say that looks like it's moving forward.
And I think, Gail, maybe the last time we spoke was right here on 612 ABC.
It was, Karen.
Well, I'm pleased to facilitate a regular conversation.
It's a great radio station.
What's your question this morning, Gail?
My question is to do with parking, Lord Mayor, at Weenham Creek. Given that any solutions there with the PDA probably won't happen in your term of government, and I suppose specifically given that the islands, as you say, where there are 6 islands, given that Macleay Island has a very old demographic, the Southern Moreton Bay Islands is a retirement place basically. There isn't enough parking, as you're aware. Everybody's aware of it. But the specific question is, how can it be fixed now rather than the next term of government?
All right, there's the question. How can you fix it?
Well, Gail, as you know, we have been going through that priority development area process to try and make sure that we get an effective state government buy-in to finding solutions for Weenham Creek. The challenges for Southern Moreton Bay Islands, and we're painfully aware, and you know, Gail, we've been working very hard to find a solution, is that we have car parks and garages for our island residents on both sides of Moreton Bay, and it becomes difficult. And one of the reasons that we were so keen to bring TransLink on was to help to improve the public transport options. Obviously, that needs to improve, and we're working with the state government to increase reliability and regularity for public transport. The short answer is that we have till very shortly we'll be presented with the options from Walker Corporation on the PDA for Weenham Creek, and Council will make a decision whether that is going to be adequate. We have been working very hard to make sure parking is top of mind in that process. If that doesn't work, I can honestly say that we're working on lots of other options behind the scenes so that we aren't going to delay a solution any further. And it is a difficult situation we're in, and a solution will be difficult and it will be costly. But we are aware and doing our best to find that, and working with the community, doing so as we have with, as you said, Macleay Island car park and the asbestos issue, which we heard and we listened, and we're delivering.
Gail, thanks for your question. Here's Alan at Thornlands. Morning, Alan.
Morning.
Fire away.
Karen, Alan Collingwood here.
Hello, Alan.
Not too bad. I lived down in Thornlands for 26 years, and we have the area called Crystal Waters. Do you know of it?
Certainly do.
Over the last 5-6 years, there's been a very large deterioration of the whole area. It's been reported a few times. The bottom lake is reported toxic in August 14. Nothing's been done about it. Blue-green algae. The top lake's gone the same way. Most of the grassed areas are all gone, and now all just bare soil. Most of the damage has been done by contractors coming in, doing the work, and not repairing the damage their equipment does after it's finished. Virtually all the wildlife is gone. The birds are just about non-existent, and I'm afraid most of the people are the same way. They're very upset about what's been going on, but it just deteriorates every day.
So the key question from you, Alan, is what's council doing about it?
Well, we know what they are doing about it, but it doesn't suit the requirements of the park. It's deteriorated badly.
Okay, so what would you like to ask the Mayor specifically?
What they can do about restoring it back to the original condition.
All right. Karen Williams.
Well, Alan, we obviously have a maintenance regime for all of our parks, and they have a hierarchy. And certainly, if you have any further concerns, I'd encourage you to call your local councillor. I think that might be Paul Gollet, and have a chat with him about that. Certainly, I will take this back to my office, and we do our best. I believe we have some very good parks in our city, and if this isn't up to scratch, then we will certainly deal with it. But take on board what you're saying. And Crystal Water is a beautiful part of Redlands, and part of Thornlands, and we need to make sure that those assets remain intact and usable.
Before you run, Mayor Williams, the Tobruk. Now, the Queensland government is campaigning to get the Tobruk sunk off our coast, and you're saying we'd like it.
That's right. Look, I think it fits in perfectly with the transition for Straddie, as we spoke. And the Tobruk is an opportunity to be in a place where it's probably going to have calmer waters, great scuba diving opportunities. We've got great support from people in Brisbane and across the board. In fact, it's probably one of the best places in southeast Queensland for the scuttling of the Tobruk. We have opportunities with our Indigenous owners of Stradbroke Island as well. I mean, we have whales, we have all of those sorts of things, the manta bommy, we have lots of opportunities for tourism. So we're certainly mounting up a very quick and large community campaign, and if you go to our website, we'll have a Facebook page there that you can link into, and a change.org petition to go to Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Premier, and also to Kate Jones, Tourism Minister. We think this will line up perfectly with what was announced last week. And we think it'll be great for wildlife, the marine life of Moreton Bay as well. And Moreton Bay really is undervalued, in my view, when you look at the whole state and the whole country. The Great Barrier Reef is fantastic, but you're close by the bay on the weekend, and you know it well. It is really quite an asset to the state and to the nation.
This is hot off the press. You want people to get on board very quickly, people in the Redlands, and say, yep, this is what we want.
Absolutely. If you go to our website, Redlands City Council website, you'll find the links. We've got a petition there. We've got a Facebook page. We want you to share it. And it's not just for people of Redlands. We know the broader community of southeast Queensland will really support Stradbroke. Everyone loves Straddie. This is just one of those opportunities just to sustain Straddie, the marine life and great tourism opportunities for the whole region.
All right. Thank you, as always, for coming in.
Thank you, Spencer.